Welcome back, everyone. Happy New Year. Storm here.
Jessica here.
We are going to be watching Leave the World Behind. Both of us are blind to this movie. I know that the Obamas are executive producers. We have Michelle and Barack Obama, who both were involved in this movie. This movie is based off a novel by Rahman Alam. So the story was already written, and I heard that the Obamas just gave their insight to make this story more realistic. And I heard a lot of people say that they were freaking out because they feel like the former president was trying to tell us something. So that kind of made me interested, and I'm very curious on what this is about. There is a good cast. I know Julia Roberts is in this. Ethan Hawke is also in this, and I believe Kevin Bacon. Now, Ethan Hawke, he lives close by my parents.
Does he?
Yes. And now and again, they see him walk his dog up the road. They pass his house.
No way.
House. Yeah, so it's actually really, really cool. They get very excited. And
do they get to see Maya when she visits? Does she visit him there?
They haven't yet, but you never know. You never know. So up in Connecticut, there's just a lot of celebrities around here.
I met Joss Whedon once prior to all the stuff coming out.
Oh, yeah?
So this was a while ago. And it was just, I legitimately cried.
When you meet someone you really respect, you love Joss Whedon.
So
that's awesome. Yeah. I think he's so talented. But yeah, that's pretty awesome that you met him. Shall we watch Leave the World Behind?
Let's do it.
And then we'll talk about it afterwards.
What this is about.
Yes, we're both blind to it. It's a bright blue.
I know. I kind of like it. The yellow lamps.
Ethan Hawke.
Well, Julia Roberts.
I couldn't sleep, and it has been such a hellish year for us, as you know.
When did you rent the house for?
Today. I figured if I made the reservation and packed our bags, it would eliminate most of the reasons to say no.
Wow, no pressure.
There for you from the website.
It'll push you.
Right by your coffee. Made it just the way you like it. And I came to a more accurate realization.
This zoom in is so intense.
I fucking hate people.
Julia Roberts! That's a good intro.
All right. Executive producers Barack and Michelle Obama.
Very far away from, everyone.
I guess she's talking to us.
Right now. Yeah,
everyone in their screens.
That's a nice house.
The house. Whoa. Makes me dizzy.
I know. We're really having fun with these camera shots. So when a song is outside of the movie, it's non-diegetic. And when it's inside the movie, it's diegetic. So that song just went from non-diegetic to diegetic. In case you were interested in that fun fact.
That was a fun fact. Oh. Getting ready for something. Oh, yeah, it is.
And maybe.
Oh, so sad.
Uh-oh.
We've got 15 minutes before they're begging to go to the beach.
I saw you.
Looks like the Rockstar logo is on his shirt.
Looks like an oil tanker. Must be a port around here. I read this.
Oh, that's close.
And it's also driving right towards them.
Oh, crap. You can hear it. Whoa, it's
dear
right
Lord.
there, and everyone's just staring.
Get your move.
I would have moved already. Wow, can you imagine seeing that? Holy crap, that thing's gigantic. Look at the people still standing over there. Oh my god, look at them. Look at, they're still taking photos.
I mean, that's
the world we live in now.
How people think now.
There's been a handful of these groundings up the coast. Something to do
A
with the
handful.
nav system. Sorry guys, I need you to keep it.
Right, why is it so important for us to
I
watch
know, I
it?
feel like this deer's about to drop dead or something. And
I know.
Creeping me out.
I'm so Julia Roberts. I'd be like, oh no, something expensive.
Just in case.
I know, I would have my cell phone out. You should have a mag light. Hey!
Must be Amanda.
How late is it?
Amanda Sanford, right? You two know each other? No, we have not had the pleasure of meeting face to face. I'm GH.
Does he own the house?
GH Scott.
Yeah, I guess.
George. He's George. That's how it reads in his email.
I'm sorry. You think we can come inside? Oh, yeah. Hey, sure. You can come on in. Yeah, gotta cool down. We'll see.
I mean, it would be a very good, like, bluff to do this, but if they showed up in a tux and a fancy evening gown, I would just assume they were chill.
Like this unannounced.
Right?
So when we saw the lights go, I looked at both of you.
Said that he would feel better if we stayed here. You want us to leave? It's the middle of the night. My children are sleeping upstairs. You come in here and talk about refunding our money. I think I need to call the company. I don't even think you can do this. There's got to be a number on their web.
That's really not necessary.
Why not?
Because we're not saying you should leave. We could refund you, say, 50% of what you paid. You know, there's an in-law suite. We can stay downstairs.
Downstairs.
50%.
I think we need to look at the terms and conditions here. All right, we need to find the
I'd be so stressed out I wouldn't be able to do that.
Myself.
Oh no, that's gonna be a problem later.
Sneaks in. I don't want to think about it.
You don't think you'd want to molest Archie, though?
What are you talking about? I'm just saying I don't like the way any of this sounds, okay? He came here because he doesn't want to climb a flight of fucking stairs.
14 floors is a lot of stairs.
It's a lot, yeah. Is it poisoned? No.
Amanda.
What's in it exactly?
That is a heck of a cocktail. You should try this, babe. I think you dig it.
There's no fruit juice in it because he stirred it.
Pass.
She's an art dealer, so she travels a lot. Her flight is due back here in the morning, actually.
Can I see your ID?
Amanda.
It's a fair ask.
It's awkward,
I
but
mean-
that's the first thing I would have asked. You know.
It is the first thing I would have asked too.
Of course. I understand.
Oh, Gray's not gonna freaking have
He doesn't
it.
have it on him.
Oh no, make it worse. Now it's like, what do you believe?
You're not gonna believe this, but I left my wallet in my coat pocket, which I checked at the symphony. In all the commotion, I must have forgotten it there.
You said you heard about the blackout while you were on your way home.
Crap. Jeez.
Yes, self-help cliches are rooted in some truth.
Who did that? Now they have ghosts too.
Paranormal
Paranormal
crap
activity.
out of me if I were
Yeah,
them.
I got the chills.
Did you say anything about what we saw at the beach today, that boat?
Was that a oil tanker?
Well, why didn't you tell them? I mean,
Just seemed like it was piling on.
Woo. Cyber attack across the country. Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's scary.
Heart
The
to the
curve.
curve.
Yeah.
reruns.
Why do they do that again?
I don't know, Rosie. We were really bored back then.
You're too obsessed. Oh, breaking news. Hackers behind power outage. It just disappeared.
Two about the blackout and one that said hackers were behind the power outage.
Hackers?
Yeah, and then there was one that said breaking, but then it was just gibberish, no words, just random letters.
Maybe they hacked the cell network?
Is that a question? Are you fucking asking me? How would I know? Why are you being so nonplussed about all of this? Did you forget those people are still in our house? I trusted you to
Oh,
handle
this poor
this.
guy.
I am definitely not going up on the roof. Okay, but I'm gonna go to the store later, and maybe I can find something to, help. Get one of those, some rabbit ears or something.
Why would a
It's a rabbit ears.
Rabbits here. That could do serious damage.
Deer are dangerous. They're not
They are.
safe because they're cute.
The fact that she walked up to them. Holy crap!
Back up, back up, back up,
Gonna be a
back up, back up,
stampede.
back up, back up.
Whoa! Look at them in the woods. That is
Holy
weird.
crap! That is so many. Are
That
they
is
being mind
freaky.
controlled? What's happening?
Right?
Before you go, you might want to hear about the alerts.
Alerts.
I guess he knows a lot more than what he's saying.
News alerts on my phone this morning. 2 of them were about the
Yeah, it sounds like
blackout,
he
and then
got
there was
inside
one
info
that said
somehow.
Something about maybe hackers were behind it.
I think you all need to start talking.
Love you, Bug.
Yeah, they're too busy being,
They're going to get more and more paranoid, and then they're going to be against each other.
The radio not working is wild.
Whoa.
What happened over here?
What's that noise?
He's got to be like, what, 16-ish? And she's 24, 25?
Oh no, when he's out.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Oh, crazy. What the heck
What the
happened?
heck happened?
Mini tornado.
Looks like a storm.
I know, exactly. Oh, there's somebody.
There's so much happening all at once.
I know, it's like everything's building up.
I don't speak Spanish.
You have like a translator app on your phone?
It's not going to work. There's no internet.
Do you have to, does it have to go online though? If you download
It depends, I think, on the app. What is going on
I
here?
know, there's all kinds of debris over there. Oh, he's just gonna leave. Oh god, what do you do? The poor lady.
I would bring her with me, but again,
Yeah, be like, calm down, calm down. Jeez, the music is just getting worse and worse. Like,
oh, she did say something red. The
Okay.
Spanish woman.
Let's watch.
Oh god.
Oh, it's a hand!
Oh! Oh
What?
no!
And don't tell me that's blood. I don't think so.
Fucking.
Oh, crap! What the heck?
Is that an airplane? It was a crash.
What the heck is that?
Just imagine.
There was an airplane crash and bits and pieces of everything fell. That's why everything.
Oh, dang. And that
That's
was
why it's all
probably
a
the
mess.
pilot. Look like the pilot. Holy crap. No way. What the heck? Oh, you're right. Jump scare. What a jerk. No way.
Fucking run!
Oh my god, it's gonna crash right there? Holy crap! What? Right in the same spot!
Jesus! Keep going, keep going!
Well, that explains the house. It wasn't a home invasion. Holy crap. Ew, what's that? Is that a tick? Yeah, what is that? Ew.
If it
You
was.
just need to look at it. He just pulls. It's like in his
These
skin.
kids don't belong in the woods. You gotta know shit before you just go into the woods.
Oh, there's a deer.
Archie,
He's so
Archie,
oblivious.
look.
Someone is gonna get gored by a deer.
He's so
please look?
oblivious.
Our satellites. You think something happened to our satellites? One's in space.
That's crazy.
Satellites are networked to computers down here.
So you think that the hackers or whatever knocked out our satellites?
Why are you acting like this is a weird thing for him to say?
Maybe getting
Yeah.
a little carried away. I mean, maybe he just didn't use the phone right.
I saw a plane nose dive out of the sky into the ocean.
Oh, that's scary.
That
Like,
is
what do you even
terrifying.
do? Whoa! What the heck is that? Holy crap! What the heck is that noise? Like the explosions or just the ear-piercing noises making all the branches fall?
That's a birds.
Oh, the birds are falling.
The birds are falling through the
Yeah.
sky. It's killing them. Or at least stunning them.
Holy crap!
Part 3, the noise.
The noise.
10 Mile Island? I mean, there are power plants here, aren't there?
3 Mile Island.
Why are you so obsessed with power plants?
You're right. We shouldn't speculate.
Stop saying that. I just want you to fucking tell me what you're thinking. There's the blackout, and then you see the planes crashing. And
Uh-oh. In front of her.
what?
Yeah, that poor girl. Her mom's probably dead.
I know, she's so worried about her mom.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What?
Something in Arabic.
I know, I was gonna say it looks Arabic. Death to America?
What? Death to America. I mean, I don't know what the rest of this means, but this part, it definitely means Death to America. Remember from the game I was playing?
Holy crap.
He is a gamer.
Yep.
Jersey, from here you have to drive.
Yeah, I think it's a really bad idea to go.
Make a right.
Is she gone?
Come on now, why are you even going there? I just told you it wasn't even the same airline.
Yeah, but does it feel like she's gone?
No.
Because it does, to me.
Don't.
I know,
Borrow
don't give up
grief.
hope.
It's a siren. You not
Yeah, it's a bad idea, guys. Turn around. What the heck?
I mean, yeah, it's a bad idea to leave because there was going to be no way they're going to get anywhere.
There's
You're
traffic
in
backed
Long
up.
Island. You're trapped behind New York City. The auto drove them here.
Yeah! Oh my god!
That's wild.
Holy crap!
We're all brand new.
Yeah, they're probably right from the factory.
Oh crap, there's one coming.
Hey, someone's coming!
You gotta get off
Get
the
in the
road.
car. Get in the car. Get in
They're
the
so
car.
delayed with their thinking. Wait a second.
What are you doing? Should we flag them down? Maybe they know something.
No! Wow. Oh, now they're all coming. Oh crap. Now turn around and go on the side.
Is there a Tesla factory on Long Island?
That's insane.
Holy.
Wow. Yeah, we're back.
Hi. So, oh no.
It was so close.
She has problems.
Dude.
Being a guy. Oh god, is he doing stuff?
Oh,
Oh, I don't want
come
to see
on.
that. Stop.
Just my annual meeting with the rest of the evil cabal that runs the world. He was the kind of guy that was always known for jokes like that. Again, if I told you his name, you'd understand.
Well, I just have to take your word for it.
As we're getting off the phone, I asked if he wanted to grab a drink. He tells me he's going away for a while. I joke back to him. Oh yeah? You hanging with your evil cabal this weekend? Thought that was only during the winter solstice. And he doesn't laugh. And he always
Marshall
laughs
Ali's
at the
performance
bad
right now
jokes.
is very good.
All he said was, take care of yourself. Almost as if he felt sorry for me. One is pulling the strings. Sure, there are those like my friend who might have the right kind of access to the right kind of information. But when events like this happen in the world, the best, even the most powerful people can hope for is a heads up.
Jeez.
Flamingos.
Flamingos? What? Wow, migration patterns are very off.
Yeah, seriously.
Whoa.
Flamingos. Those are flamingos?
Those are flamingos.
Julia Roberts has never looked more like an old lady than right,
I know, right?
now.
I really miss her.
You'll see her again.
He does believe that she's...
Yeah.
We have to.
Crap, what was that? Another explosion.
No.
Oh, and that freaking noise again. Holy crap. Oh, there's a lot of it.
That
No chill.
boy was sneaking pictures of me by the pool. That
Oh,
little
she already
girl
knows.
keeps staring into the woods like Donnie Darko, and I'm pretty sure the husband wants to fuck me.
Oh, come on. Don't start saying this to your dad.
He's not actually gonna do anything. He's not that guy, but did he want to?
She probably thinks about that about everything.
Alright, come on.
Ooh, it's all red.
Like, looks like it's on fire almost.
How are you feeling, baby?
Is he alive?
I know you're sleepy, but I need you
Oh,
to
I
get
hope
up
he's
so I can
alive.
get you and take your temperature. Pretty warm last night.
Do you think he died?
Well, not so warm now.
No!
Oh, I hope he's not dead.
Does your throat hurt?
Oh, no, he's moving.
Oh,
Okay,
Jesus
oh
Christ.
god, I really thought he was dead for a second.
Big old ring on his foot.
Yeah, right?
Wait for it.
He's gonna puke. Oh, gross.
What is that? Blood? Is that blood?
Oh,
His teeth.
no!
Oh, he's gonna pull his teeth out.
I
Oh,
can't
sick.
watch it. I can't watch it.
Oh,
I can't watch
man.
it. No.
It came right out.
No.
I wouldn't start pulling my... Oh, that's
No.
like a nightmare.
No.
Oh, gross.
Fuck. My goodness, I don't know.
Okay, alright, well,
It has to be that bug bite.
I don't feel okay.
I can't handle the teeth.
Oh, my God. I mean, I know he's not feeling well, but he's like pulling one after the other.
Come on, take it out. Set a time of 1 hour.
Don't, like, shouldn't they stay together? I think it's so stupid to not.
I understand as a parent
There's no
why
choice.
he wants her to stay there. Because he knows he's going into danger and he wants her to be safe. But I don't know if there's a place
what's
that's
gonna
not
happen.
dangerous
Yeah.
at the moment.
And you don't know if other families are going to try to break into the house while she's by herself.
1 hour. That's what you get, you've promised. And I know I say I hate people, but I'd do anything to have them back.
Jesus.
Christ.
Holy crap.
Off the porch and by your vehicle.
He's not telling you to go away.
Just do what he says.
Yeah.
He's vomiting. He lost his teeth. They just fell out. Can't explain it.
His teeth, huh? Well, it's gotta have something to do with that noise.
Yeah, but no one else was affected
You know
by it.
something about the noise?
Well, it's not all that dissimilar to what happened in Cuba a while back. Microwave weapons, they call it, produces a kind of radiation that can be beamed out from sound.
Oh.
Ugh.
Some people lost their teeth there, too.
Oh, crap.
Outside
that
of
real?
the
I don't know if
only
that's
thing
real.
know
I
for
think
sure is
that's
there's not
real.
a lot of information getting out, so I assume it's a war.
My son's really sick. He needs your help. He's 16 years old.
Oh my god, the music! Crap. Whoa, look at them all. Why are they
Oh my
just
God.
out there?
Oh my god.
Back inside.
Don't approach him. He has a gun. You have a daughter that you want to stay safe, and your country's at war.
We're not going anywhere till you give us
No, dude.
Oh my god, this is not the time to play hero.
Don't do
Seriously.
this.
Oh, look at the
Holy
big boy.
crap.
Oh my god.
trying to reason with him.
Freak. Oh my god. Okay. So lucky that worked. Now, what about the guns? Holy crap!
Still cash, so it's not really a barter system.
Hey, I got another tip.
I was gonna say the same thing.
You're in charge if you want. The Koreans behind all this.
You saw Arabic stuff.
What makes you say that?
Just trust me. It's the Koreans. The Chinese, one of them.
Or the Chinese, one of them.
In San Diego, about a similar event, drones dropping pamphlets, except they were Korean. Or Mandarin. Like I said, you couldn't tell which.
Those are two very different visual languages.
Seeing as he did 4 tours in Iraq, he sure as shit would have known if it looked like that.
So yeah, whoever it is just fucking around with everyone.
Maybe all this means is a few of them teamed up.
We're trying to throw you off.
Because of what just happened here is happening everywhere. We need to get to that bunker Danny told us about, and we need to get there now. What are you talking about?
Jeez.
Say this on the road while you're driving.
I know, don't just sit there.
Without a clear enemy or motive, people would start turning on each other.
Get home. Stop chatting.
Yeah, the alarm's going off now. Yeah, you should have talked about this. I know it's more of a dramatic effect.
I know,
like
yeah.
that, but I'm like, drive! Yeah, her alarm's going off. Daddy.
She was worried about.
Oh, crap. Yep.
Jesus Christ.
That's very depressing.
The bike.
Is it? I thought it was
Yeah.
a body for a second, yeah.
I know, I wasn't sure. I was like, is that
Yeah.
bike or a body?
Okay.
I was more hoping for the.
What a beautiful house.
Like
The
the-
thorns.
Girl. Oh my god.
Can you imagine, like, she just walks down and someone attacks her?
No one knows where she is. The door could close. She gets locked in
Exactly.
there, and no one will ever find her ever. Oh my god. No, don't do things! Oh my god. I'm gonna throw this girl out the window.
Right?
Is she gonna watch Friends? Do they have friends?
Oh, can you imagine after all this?
Yes,
Oh god, like
Buffy!
yeah, Buffy! There you go, you're set.
Those
You're
are the
so
same
lucky.
collection I have.
That's Seinfeld.
Gilmore Girls, Heroes.
Oh,
It would have been before Gilmore Girls. Did I see Friends?
Oh, she found friends. Oh,
And this
freaking
part
no
is
way.
called The Last One, which is the last episode of Friends.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh. That's perfect. The last one. Oh my god, she's seriously gonna watch it right now? It's all that matters
the
to
end.
her.
That's the end of the movie.
Oh, she gets to watch it?
This is totally.
No! It's that way!
I felt that in my bones. Oh, she's
I
gonna hit
kind
that
of,
play
yeah,
button
me
and
too,
it's done.
actually. What? Right at the last second, I'm like, no way.
Oh my goodness.
Now that is a shocking ending. Be there for you. First of all, love Friends, and I'm very sad about Matthew Perry. I'm glad her obsession was Friends, of all the shows. Wow, I mean, I'm very shocked. Did you like the ending?
Yeah, I think I did. I'm gonna have to think on
mean-
it a little bit, but like.
Yeah, I have to absorb all that information, but right now I was a little annoyed about the ending, but it's humorous in a way. It's messed up and it makes sense. I mean, here she was obsessed this entire time, wanted to watch this show, and to leave the ending open where we have to kind of guess what happened, but at least she was able to conclude her story because all she cared about was this show and she needed to see the finale. Like, that's her only thing. That's the only thing she focused on this whole entire time.
Covered in cat hair.
Yeah. I know Gandalf kept visiting Jessica. It was very adorable. He loves to hang out with you.
Steve Mutant was the one who did this, though. This is all.
Oh,
his
was he
fault.
there too? I saw
Yeah,
Gandalf
he popped
earlier.
in. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of themes happening in this one. So like there's a lot of stuff we can probably go into, but I think the thing with her and friends, there's probably a couple levels of this, but like there seems to be the major theme of people. I fucking hate people. Versus
Yeah, to
I
start
miss
the freaking
people.
movie.
You need people. How like it always bugs me in not dystopias, like post-apocalyptic stuff, how like everyone's like, oh, so quickly we go back to like horrible things, and you know there's always like people suddenly build these society like Mad Maxian societies out of like awful stuff, and it's just like I don't think that's what would happen. Like there's definitely going to be periods of transition that are not pleasant, but
Yeah.
like
You mean
we
people
need
going
farmers,
against each other?
we need like we're the reason humans are the dominant species on the world is because of our interconnectedness. Like none of us can do this stuff alone. We're not individuals who are really good at that. Like we need to work together, and that seems to be the point of the movie, is creating that bond and that connection and understanding that you need it despite what walls and barriers we've put up between ourselves.
Yeah. And I agree. Like, I really think we do need people. And at the same time, I think it's very realistic where when people panic, everyone goes against each other. Like, mostly, and sadly, I think that's how a lot of people would respond first, is that you need to protect your own, and everyone starts to divide themselves more because no one knows what's going on. So you just go through survival panic mode where everything else is your enemy when you don't know what's going on, and you just protect your loved ones. And then you have this chaos that happens. But yeah, like people do need to work together. And as frustrating as the ending was, I did actually like it. And after this review, I want to look into what people thought of the ending, because I'm sure there's a lot of mixed opinions, because we didn't get a lot of information. We got some. We got, I want to say, enough information to kind of get an idea what was going on, which is chaos, we're under attack, but we don't know by who. It might be a lot of our enemies. It might be just one that's trying to throw us off. A lot of misinformation. I mean, even now, you can't trust everything that you hear online, because everyone thinks they know something without actual facts. It's just opinion. And there's a lot of misinformation already out there. So to play on that a bit, where we absolutely don't know like who's attacking us, I mean, that I can understand. I mean, I want to have solid answers here, but to kind of leave it to the audience to assume on who it could be, I think is an interesting take. And the reveal of everything, and still not understanding what some of the attacks were. I mean, seeing the planes go down, I mean, that was insane to see. That reveal was just very shocking. I mean, you caught on first when you saw the people dead on the shore, and then you were like, oh, okay, it must be a plane crash or something, because that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And then to see that other airline come down and crash like right around the same area, like, holy crap. But yeah, like this was a lot to take in. And cyber attacks, I mean, we really rely on technologies so much. I mean,
like, you couldn't even get to town without the
GPS, you know?
Yeah.
It made me think when I went to visit you a long time ago in Pennsylvania, and that was before I used the GPS. I used a normal road map. And I was fine with the road map, but I wasn't really used to traveling far. So I remember every time I was on the interstate, like I would actually pull over and double check the exit before I made it, because I just wanted to make sure I didn't like miss it and then have to kind of guess how to get back, because I was always worried I was going to take a ramp that would lead me to a different highway. And then I'm like, I can't get off and I'm more lost. So, you know, I know how to read a road map. But I do rely heavily now on a GPS. I know a lot of people do.
I mean, why would you pull a road map out when you have your GPS telling you where to go?
Exactly. Yeah. And you're more relaxed now because you have easy, I want to say knowledge, but you just have something that does everything for you. So you don't even have to really think about it. So I'm more dependent on that, where reading a road map, okay, yes, I could do that again, but it's going to be more challenging because I'm so lazy brained on trusting my GPS to just like guide me wherever I need to go or reroute you if you get lost, you know? Not having a GPS that really, you know, shows you how dependent you are of technology, and it's not good. I mean, even these other technologies with the Tesla, you know, they're self-driving, and I've been hearing that more and more now, where I see videos on that, and I think it's scary because I think they even have like Ubers now that are self-driving. I don't know if that's like mainstream or not, but
It's
I have
not.
some videos on that. Okay, because I've
Yeah.
seen some videos. I've never actually seen it, but I don't live in a
they're
city.
not- you can't just self-drive your car at the moment.
Yeah, I've seen videos on it, but I know it's probably in a controlled space. Like it looks like they're going into a busy section in town or something. But that's where technology is taking us. And, you know, even now, like, because that's in the works, who knows? But if we did have a cyber attack that was really successful, I mean, they probably could hack into those systems and abuse it to work in their benefit. I mean, that's how much we depend on technology, and it's a real weakness, you know? So it does make me think, you know, what if? I don't want to be paranoid. You know, when I work out, sometimes I have TikTok on, and I've seen some quick videos where I quickly swipe because I haven't seen this movie until now. That like people will be like, you gotta watch Leave the World Behind. Is it a conspiracy? Is the former president trying to tell us stuff?
I don't think
mean,
he's trying to tell us that the world is about to end because of a
yeah.
a
I
takedown
don't
of-
think so either. I agree. I really don't think that's a thing. I think because he was the president, I mean, you can get paranoid with that, but, you know, he tried to make this more realistic with his experience to be like, okay, well, I think this is what would really happen if there was a cyber attack. But this story was already in place. The novel was already written. This is based off that, you know, this movie is based off a novel that I think the Obamas just gave their own insight of their own experiences. So I don't think they're warning us, but it does open my mind to think, which I already knew, we're too reliant on technologies. And what's really secure anymore? I mean, all our information's exposed. I mean, you can go down this rabbit hole too, where I get like having an Alexa, having, you know, Google, whatever, you know, they do steal information. Yes. I mean, no denying that. But so does everything else. Your phone does. Like right when you get a new smartphone, you have to sign something on your phone in order to access it, in order to use it. And a lot of people are not even aware they do that. You're signing your life away doing that because they're literally saying, we're allowed to take all this information from you in order for you to use the device. So people who get so paranoid about, you know, these other technologies like Alexa and Google, which again, I agree, they do spy a lot more than other technologies, but nothing else is innocent. I mean, everything else steals our information as well.
Yeah.
So it's just bad, you know, and it just shows like how vulnerable we are to, and like all our information's just exposed. So we're very vulnerable to anything and everything.
So I haven't read the book, and I don't know specifically what the Obamas consulted on, but and I get the idea that there's definitely things here that are talking about the dangers of over-reliance on technology.
Yeah.
But I feel like the big part of it is, I think that's like set dressing, you know? I think the big part is about the interconnectedness between people. Like, they keep going through the walls of the house, and I kept thinking about, like, how intentional that felt, of, like, building these walls. Like, we build walls.
Yes.
We put ourselves between them, but the camera moves between them because they are constructed. They're not real. They're, you know, and I wonder if that's kind of what they consulted on is, I mean, they have a lived experience of, you know, being affluent, well-educated Black people in America that probably got a whole bunch of people going, you own this house? You want us to believe you own this house?
When you said that, like, I was a little naive because, of course, I hate racism, but at first I just took it as Julia Roberts being, like, super paranoid because right away she was aggressive from the start, where she was very pushy with her husband, and I just saw her as, like, a super controlling individual who has to know and control everything. So, and she said a couple things Like when we
Yeah.
first were introduced to
Maybe they're the help. Maybe they're
GH. Yeah, yeah,
GH,
because
GH,
George.
Yeah.
When we were first introduced to George and Ruth, I was like, maybe I don't blame her for being suspicious because immediately they're strangers. Bottom line, they're
yeah.
strangers, and
People
I would
showing up
first
in your house
ask.
in the middle of the night is weird.
Yeah, and I'd be like, I would ask for their ID because it is a weird thing. And, anytime you go to an Airbnb, I don't want to think anything bad, but you don't know these people. And unfortunately, like, you hear stories, and there are some pretty bad things that did actually happen in real life where people will take advantage of you, and you might, again, you don't want to, like, be paranoid all your life, but, you could be hurt. They might rape you. You don't know. You really don't know.
But
you want to be cautious, especially like you have kids. It's right in the middle of the night. Who are these people? Like, I didn't take it as a racist thing, but then she did say something that kind of made me think that, and I heard you comment on that.
So it's really subtle, and I think that's intentional. Like, she's not supposed to be, like, oh, black people. I think she's supposed to be like, there's stuff that has things that presuppositions she's had in her head that are kind of coming out in this moment of stress and fear, that kind of thing. But like that really felt to me like a little micro.
Yeah, because there was something subtle that she said that made me kind of question she might have been racist or whatever. But I don't care like what race you are. Like, you come in, and I don't know you. You're a stranger. And he made some points too, because George said, back in the old days, like, you would know my voice because we would have spoken the phone, which is true because when we grew up, we always spoke to people on the phone, and texting I didn't even start doing until college, just to kind of date myself. But it's a very different world now. And tangent really quick, but even nowadays, younger generations say, oh, well, like, they get weirded out when you try to call them, and they're like, "Oh, well, you should text."
I get
before
weirded
you
out.
Call.
And
it's just the world now, and I'm like, what? I'm used to texting now too. Of course, I've been doing it for a very long time, but I wouldn't be weirded out if people just called me. So it's just a very different world now, and it just shows how separated. Like, yes, we all need each other. But at the same time, it just shows how distant we're so separated from each other, and the screens, and how obsessed Rose was with, like, watching Friends. And I agree with you, because I know you said you were obsessed with shows growing up. I was too. And a lot of people might not be able to relate to that because, like, me, my brother Tom growing up, like, we were the only ones. And then my oldest brother too. He was really obsessed with Star Trek. But I was really into X-Files. Like, that was my huge obsession growing up. And I get, like, the focus of, you got to watch the next episode. But, again, it was different where we had a little bit more patience because we couldn't binge watch. We watched it once a week, and then you had a break in between, maybe a month or 2 or 3 in between. But nowadays, it's like binging. Like, everything's at your fingertips, so you're spoiled, and you need more stimulus. Like, you can't get enough of it, and you need instant gratification right now. And they're on vacation. She gets all the screen time she wants. She has to watch Friends. Like, that's the only thing she focused on. And I do think that is a real problem. Like, I love, shows. Like, I do get obsessed with them, but that can't be your only focus. And I think that was a point of showing us that kids can just get super lost and separate themselves, isolate themselves from their families because technology just takes you over, and people get busy and
the kids
ignore
either.
It. Adults too.
The whole family was separated. There's this sense of separation between them, and I think that's why she was so drawn to that. Is like the friends were her friends; they were the people she had, because the rest of the family, the dad doesn't know who his son's girlfriend's name is.
I know.
Like, they don't know what she's watching. Like, oh, you watched The West Wing? When did you watch The West Wing? Like, they don't know what's going on in their kids' lives. Like, there's definitely that sense of separation between them and the family. And I think the show right now is who she had to rely on, because we create media that, is our friends. is
Yeah.
our community.
I agree. And then the migration patterns of the animals. I thought that
The
was
deer were
actually a
so
cool
creepy.
idea. And it was so bizarre and freaky. I agree. And I have heard of that where I'm not going to get all scientific about it because I don't even know how to explain it, but I have read articles in the past where, like, you know, birds, when they're, you know, flying a certain pattern every year, like they go wherever they go, down to the south, up to the north, it's like the same pattern that they fly. But they're drawn by certain frequencies around the Earth. So I don't know if it's the North and South Pole, like the magnetic fields, but there's something that, you know, helps guide them. And I wonder, you know, because again, it just keeps you guessing, because who knows, like, what kind of weaponry these enemies are using to make this happen. But then I'm thinking, okay, the high-pitched noise we've been hearing, that's a real high frequency. So even though it's in short bursts, like, maybe it's enough to really just throw off all the animals. I mean, you have flamingos up from Florida. You know, you have a bunch of deer hanging out together. I mean, you'll have sometimes deer in a family of deer in a very small group together, but not a whole bunch.
Oh yeah, that was
So
massive
to do
amounts
that
of deer.
was very weird. I mean, again, you can nitpick that because not that I would ever know what would happen in this kind of scenario, but, you know, deer, I don't think would just stay in a whole group quiet together. I think they'd be very startled and spooked and just be chaos, like just running all over the place and kicking and trying to get away. I don't think they would just hang out all calm and like, dude, what's up? I don't know what's going on. But it really made it more weird for us to kind of question things. So
it was really freaky.
I did like that.
So I noticed something else too. They're having that conversation in the shack, Julia Roberts and the daughter.
Yes. Amanda and Ruth.
Yes. And like she's talking about, she breaks down and talks about how, you know, her mom's probably somewhere in the ocean and she needs her more than ever. And like, no one mom is the same or anything, but like in my heart, even like I'm not a mom, and I was still like, how could you not hug this child right now? Like, yeah, she's 20 something and you call her an adult. She's still a baby compared to you, and like she needs a hug right now.
Yeah.
And all I can think of, like, where's the mom energy, you know? And then it's funny because like 5 minutes later, however long it was, there's the deer and they're all surrounding her, and Julia Roberts comes in and does like the mom
protective
and like does like the big bear like roar thing, which I just felt like that was that coming out of her, you know.
I really like Julia Roberts. I think the casting in this has been terrific. I mean, I loved everyone in this. Julia Roberts' character, Amanda, she really got on my nerves a lot in this because she is a strong woman, but she is so opinionated. But she did start off really strong, too. I mean, she said, like, what did she say? I hate effing people or something.
Yeah.
So she was just very blunt from the start, and she owned who she was. And I was like, all right. But the fact that, like, she was so controlling and overbearing, and her poor husband, you know, like, it was just nonstop with that. But I do get her paranoia again. Like, she's trying to protect her family and her asking all these questions. I mean, the ID thing should have came up right away. But I really enjoyed how suspenseful, like, this movie was, where you openly, Jessica, said that I'd be more like Ethan Hawke's character, where I would just kind of believe them and think this was their house right away. Excuse me, sorry about my cough. And I'd want to help them. And I'm like, well, I probably would be kind of like Julia Roberts, not as aggressive, but I'd be like, can I see your ID? Like, I
would ask for ID. I think asking for ID is a perfectly logical thing to do. Like you said, hi, my name is George. You know, I'm the one who you've been talking to. And I'm like, hey, do you have an ID on you? So I can just let's at least see your name is George.
Yeah. And it's easier to talk about it in hindsight, but here you have people who are very tense and something's not right, so they're very uncomfortable. But I was also like, Amanda and Ruth have to be separated. I mean, they should have done that right away. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's easier said, but, you know, Ethan Hawke's character, what was his name? I was kind of Clay. I was kind of like, he should talk with George separately and, and let everyone else kind of cool off a little bit because they were just adding the tension, Ruth and Amanda, more. But I really liked the mystery behind everything, like us guessing. Like, it was frustrating, but I was on edge the whole time. I was holding my breath a lot. I was listening to every single thing every character was saying. The music was so, intense. It was so uncomfortable, but it was great. It was so well done. I mean, I don't like to be uneasy, but that was the point of this film, to really make you question things, make you uneasy, and I really felt that all the way through. I was very impressed by that. And, like, the high-pitched noise, I don't know much about it. I was kind of trying to look it up during the movie, but I did hear about a high-pitched noise, and even Kevin Bacon's character, Danny, said about, like, that happened in Cuba or something a few years back, and I have heard of that. I wrote it down, chicken scratch, somewhere, the Havana Syndrome. And I don't know exactly what happened, but there was like government people who were exposed to some kind of high-pitched noise that no one could explain. And I guess right away, and even like months after, these people exposed to this noise were having effects that were similar to radiation poisoning, but not. I don't know if they had actual like proof though. I think it was hearsay, or you just heard about it somewhere, but. Anywho, I want to look that up now and really see what that could be about. Or if you guys have information you'd like to share with us, I'd love to hear it, because it's freaky. And if that is a thing, wow, that's terrifying. Now, one thing that I wish they did do, because I think I would do this, immediately when that high-pitched noise happened, I mean, that's freaking terrifying. That was the biggest, like, WTF, what's going on? Because that, before that, we only heard rumors from strangers, and then we saw the alert on the TV, and that was pretty much it. And then you have that high-pitched noise. I mean, the next thing I would look for, besides, like, making sure my family was safe, is I would try to find noise-canceling headphones. I mean, you have a beautiful house. You got, they got everything in this house. I'm sure they have. At least. Yeah, or you can make like something. Find cotton, like something where you could stuff your ears. And I would make it an emergency pack. Like you might have to
got their emergency earplugs.
Yeah, because like down the road, okay, you have the high-pitched noise. Now the Teslas are crashing. You're blocked where you can't leave. I mean, at that point, I definitely would have had an emergency pack ready to go, have some food in there, and water bottles, like have them ready and have some kind of plan. I mean, I know you don't know what to do, but be like, okay, we're going to put this on the kitchen table, so if we have to go immediately, hostiles start coming in, we need a plan of action to get out of here. I don't know, but I think I would not just be like, we're just going to sit here and vape and drink and just wait. I think I would try to like get things together, right? Like essentials together to be
that's what I was saying, is like they're sitting there vaping and drinking, and I'm just like, in my head, I couldn't do that. Like I would feel like I need to be ready for whatever is next. Like I couldn't just
I want to like, relax a little bit too. I might vape a little bit, like have, something to kind of help me relax. But, and I get you got to live your life too if you think you're done, but I don't think they felt or they were giving up. They just didn't know what to do.
No, they weren't giving up.
I would try to prepare.
That's the thing that, I mean, there's definitely people for who, like, they're in a stressful situation and they just need to check out. But that's not my personality. I can't.
Yeah. I'd be too nervous. I'd be overthinking everything, and trying to, like, find things that we could use later if we had to leave on foot or something, But yeah, what a terrifying thought. So not to get paranoid, but it does really open my mind to be like, okay, well, we do really depend on technology too much. I want to buy a roadmap. And I did consider since last year about like buying one of those water filter things, like where you can actually get a water bottle.
You can drink the water.
Yeah, because you mentioned that, and that's the thing that like would always pop up on my phone. And I don't go camping, so I'm like, well, doomsday prepper. I'm not one of those, but sometimes I'm like, oh, can you imagine like trying to be prepared for some kind of disaster? But I can't even afford that. So sadly enough, like most of us can't. So we're pretty much screwed. unless you could find a rich person's house like Rose did. She was lucky enough to find that house. So at the end, when she watched Friends, do you think her family met up with her and they're just going to stay in the bunker?
My guess is yes. Like, if we're talking about thoughts on where this went, is more than likely because she was going to head to that house before they saw New York.
Yeah.
So they probably went to the house, saw the bike, went in, and were able to find Rose.
Yes, and we did hear Amanda shouting for Rose outside, and then that's when she went to the bunker. I was afraid she was going to lock herself in, and then there was going to be a big explosion, and she was going to be the only survivor. And again, you can probably interpret this any way you want, which kind of makes it fun too. I mean, it's a terrible situation to be in, but as a movie, like, it's kind of fun to guess and make up your own outcome. But yeah, I think her mom and Ruth at least are going to meet up with them. I think everyone's going to end up in the bunker, and then they're just going to have to like survive down there until things clear up. But even if they clear up, there's going to be a new government. Who knows what's going to happen, you know? So eventually you have to come out.
It's interesting. I feel like though the big thing to take away from that is that like everyone else seems to have found some kind of connection. Like Ethan Hawke was able to even create a connection with Kevin Bacon in like begging for his son's life. You know, they created a connection with Marshall Ali and Ruth and Amanda. Like, you know, they held hands after the deer. So there was this, you know, everyone has created connection, and still poor kid, all she can create a connection with is Ross, Rachel, Monica, Joey.
She was so isolated. She was so isolated.
She's isolated. Like, she said, no one listens to me. She tries to talk to her brother, and her brother's like, yeah, we're probably all gonna die.
I know, and I know he's being like a teasing brother, but like he was so annoying too, and how like he kept like being mean to her. Like he would kind of be okay, and then he would be mean again. But how shocking was it that his teeth were falling out? Like that.
Oh God, no, I can't.
Was so disgusting. That poor guy. And I know he was in shock, but that's like one of those nightmares. I used to have those nightmares where you feel like all your teeth are falling out, and you're like, oh my God.
Well, I'm pretty sure I told you guys about this in college, but when I was 13, I fell, and these two teeth here were knocked back in.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Ever since then, I've had a very big teeth phobia.
I don't blame you.
Almost losing my teeth from that. I've had a very big problem with like, oh no, what is going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, that's a terrible experience to have anyways, and I'm lucky, knock on wood, where I didn't have that, but I have been hit in the face with a basketball when I was in middle school, and then that, over time, years later, like, I need a root canal on number 8, but anyways, like, I've been monitoring it. I used to work at a dental place for the longest time, so anywho, knock on wood, hopefully I won't need a root canal, but, you know, anything that happens to your front teeth, like, you get freaked out, any teeth, but the fact that he's like pulling his teeth out, like I've had nightmares of that where like I wake up thinking it was real, where I'm like, oh my God, did my teeth just rot out? Like I take really good care of my teeth, but I think that's like a common nightmare that people do have. So to actually see him like in shock, and I'm like, oh my God, after one tooth I'd be freaking out, but he was probably really sick, not feeling good. And
he's screaming. Literally screaming.
Yeah, and he's pulling out multiple teeth before he like goes, oh wait, my teeth are out. Like he took like 5 out at least, you know. I was like, holy crap. But again, he's really sick on top of that, so you got to think he's probably a little
he had a fever all night, throwing up.
Yeah, and I mean, people can react to things differently, but I don't think it was the high-pitched noise. And I think that was also a thing where people are kind of guessing what's going on. I know
the confusion.
Yeah, with the confusion, and like Danny was saying, like, oh, the high-pitched noise, and, you know, relating that to radiation poisoning or something. Like, yes, that could be it, but no one else had that. And he did say, what was his name, Archie, he did say that, you know, oh, well, I didn't block my ears soon enough, or, you know, from the noise, but I don't think that would do anything, because the noise is too loud anyways. Everyone's in pain. Birds are falling from the freaking sky. I don't think covering your ears is really going to do much for you. So I'm thinking it was the bug bite. He was the only one who was bit by the bug. You know, we do have Lyme disease. It could have been a weapon of some kind. Who knows? So again, like everything, you're just guessing on like how thorough, how many weapons did this enemy make for us, you know, like they're taking it, they're cyber attacking, dropping missiles. You have a high-pitched weapon, high-pitched noise weapon, and then maybe some kind of mutated lab bugs that you threw into the woods a long time ago, and maybe you heard about it on the news, but you didn't think much of it until now. And now it's like widespread or whatever. But so I'm kind of blaming the insects for that. And
I did appreciate, like, so obviously disorientation, confusion, that's all a big part of this. Like, it's a part of what's happening to the characters, whoever's doing the attack is trying to create that. So I'm pretty sure that's what all, like, the spinning is about. Like, every time you spin is for you, the viewer, to also be disoriented and confused.
I totally got that feel. Yep.
Yeah.
I think that was actually well done. I love the camera work in this movie. And what you said about, like, the connection with, like, the structures of going through walls, and actually, like, not just passing through walls, but you actually see, like, the inner structure of that wall. Like, there's a deeper meaning there. And then you have the spinning, the aerial views, and they're just not normal views you see in a movie, where even Amanda and Clay coming together to hug, like, middle end of the movie, it's an aerial view, and it's a very, like, almost awkward, you can't see their faces, and it's just not a normal view you would see. So it just shows, like, how there's
the viewer in their shoes of being
like there's a lot of different ways you can interpret it. Where it's like things are distorted, you can't see things clearly, there's different perspectives, so there's different ways you can see those cuts, and I think they really do work well. The different camera angles, they work very well. And sometimes I felt dizzy, because that's how your brain works. Like, everything is just chaotic, and it makes you feel dizzy. It's like, what the hell's going on, So a very cool way.
I really like the shot they did with the Teslas, where the camera turned sideways so you could see the road leading to New York throughout the whole, like, wide. That was really fun.
That was actually really fun. Yeah, I actually did like that decision as well. And then even from the start, like the first time we saw it spinning, from when we first went into that nice house, into George's house, and you saw, I think it was his house, or maybe it was, and Amanda's walking up the staircase and it starts to spin. And then we had other times like that too, when we first saw, like, the home invasion, which we thought was that, but it was actually because the planes were crashing and debris was flying all over the place. But, like, we had a couple aerial views that were spinning too.
The fact that the plane crashed in the same place twice leads me to believe that, like, it was an intentional redirection of the plane.
Me too.
To that spot.
So everything was, like, completely out of control, but it was fully controlled by the enemy. So a pretty terrifying thought. So,
which I gotta say, I really agree with what Myha'la Ali's character said about, like, that there's not, I don't think that there's a shadowy cabal in charge of the government. Yeah, I think there's people in charge of the government.
Not agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, it's not, there's
or some
not,
kind
like,
of secret organization.
Yeah, this isn't conspiracy theory, oh, they control everything. I think the answer is that nothing's in control, is that there's just chaos and we live in it.
And that's scary. That's such a scary thought. And then even if you're really rich, like, you just hope to get a heads up.
Yeah,
more information, and that's it.
If you're rich and powerful, you have more resources, but you don't have control. Control is something else entirely. Yeah, like, you can build your bunker, but you can't guarantee you'll be at the house when it's there, obviously.
I know, isn't that crazy? Like, that rich family couldn't even make it back home because they were probably in the city, and they were severed. Like, they couldn't, make the journey out, so it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, you can't control, you don't know where you're going to be, you don't know what's going to happen, you can't control anything, even with the wealth and resources at your disposal. So.
And I do want to bring up Myha'la Ali again, because I think he is a wonderful actor, and I've seen him in a lot of things now on the channel, but I know him well from Luke Cage. He played Cottonmouth. He was a great villain there. But anyways, so I was pleasantly surprised and happy to see him in this film.
Yeah, he's
Kevin
really...
Bacon too. Like, he was like a small role, but
he was. We saw him and then he disappeared for most of the movie. We're like, was Kevin Bacon here? Oh.
Yeah, yeah. And I did mention that Ethan Hawke, he lives close to my parents, so they do see him walking his dog now and again.
So he's your best friend.
It's awesome. Yeah, I think they waved, but they never, like, actually talked. But I think who knows? I mean, he's only been there for a little while, not like too long, so that'd be kind of neat if they could have a conversation with him at some point. But anyways, great cast. I really did enjoy this movie. I can only imagine what other people thought, because there's a lot of questions that are left open, and you kind of have to conclude or just make up your own answers. But I really did enjoy it. Like, I think the director really expressed everything he needed to express. Like, I really understood what he was trying to do. And it was a little depressing, though, at the end. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be a good, happy ending anyways, but at least it had a humorous ending with friends, because that was such a shock to see it end that way. So, anyways.
As soon as she pulled out that DVD, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the end of the movie. I can't believe this is the end of the movie. She's definitely going to just flood this DVD.
Yeah, and
not Buffy next.
Like, they thought of everything. They had the best bunker. I mean, not only did they, figure out plans and people to make this bunker for them, but they thought of everything food-wise, even how to grow. They have plants down there with, the right kind of lighting to help plants grow. And, you have comfort, survival.
You be in there. So.
Yeah, so you're planning on staying there for many years or something, but it was very impressive. But I thought it was a very good movie. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you, Jessica, for watching with me. That was great. And we'll see you next time. Sorry about my cough, guys. I am getting better. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.